Hey folks, welcome back to Green Iron TV. So we are going to get started on the work on the 57 millimeter anti-tank gun. And of course, one of the first things that we need to do is we need to make this thing mobile. Be able to roll it, move it around, get it in and out of the garage, stuff like that. So the first thing is these rotten 70-plus-year-old tires need to go. So that's what we're going to do in this episode today on Green Iron TV. We are going to work on getting the tires off. Like I pointed out in the last video, I went around with the breaker bar, and all the lug nuts came loose fairly easy, so shouldn't have any problems getting them off. And then the real problem is going to be trying to get these tires broken down off the rims. So we're going to try and knock that out. And then of course, if we can get them all apart and so forth like that, we're going to work on sandblasting, priming, cleaning up, painting these rims, and getting them ready. So that's what we're going to do on this episode of Green Iron TV. So thanks for watching. Like always, please give us a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and be sure to check out the link down below for the Green Iron TV merchandise store. There's all kinds of good t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, all kinds of cool stuff in there. So check that out as well. Thanks a lot for watching. Okay, one of the first things we want to do is try and get this thing jacked up and get some jack stands underneath it. Make sure we're nice and firm on the jack stands. Yep, perfect. All right. Okay, so we'll work on getting these lugs loose. So, like a lot of the older Dodge trucks, the World War II Dodge trucks, the M37 Dodge trucks, these are marked left and right thread. So these are all marked right thread. So these are actually all going to spin off that direction. So all right, like I said, I had cheated a little bit, and I had hit these with the breaker bar, so I knew they would all come loose pretty easy. Big sucker up, huh? So that's the locking parking brake. That unlocks them. So we'll probably eventually here take this hub off and check it and grease it and do things like that. So, and of course this one spins opposite. So let's get this one going. One of the things I do have to say, judging by these threads, I wonder if somewhere in its life if someone didn't put like anti-seize on there, which is a great thing, because that has made it nice and easy to get these off of. Alright, let's get this big girl off. There. A little bit of dirt nest. Okay, the major problem is going to be with these old rotten tires is getting the bead pushed down. So these things, like I said, I can only guess have been on here for 70 plus years. They are almost basically glued to the thing. And here's the really crummy thing, and that is these things are so weather checked, worn out, ripped up, that I don't think I can take them to work and get them in the tire machine at work to get pushing on them. So that's going to mean I'm going to have to get creative, and more than likely what I'm going to have to do is I'll have to break out the Sawzall, and we'll have to cut around the tire and then carefully try and slice down through the bead and see if we can cut through the bead to get them loose. So that, unfortunately, I think is what it's going to take, because like I said, there's just not enough sidewall left on these to be able to do anything, and you just can't get it underneath these things at all. So I was hoping that rolling around on them flat like this would help bust the beads loose, but it hasn't done anything to them. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have to get mean with them and break out the Sawzall. Okay, this is going to be one of the least pleasant things, and that is we're going to have to Sawzall these tire carcasses off the rims. There's no sidewall left to be able to push on. These tires are extremely dry rot. I mean, they're just chunking apart. And you know, it's not safe to put them in like a tire machine to try and push, because all it's going to do is it's just going to rip right through the sidewall, and then we're going to end up having to cut them anyway. So we'll just start off cutting these damn tires off. Yay. Yay. Junk. Yeah. All right. This was going to be one of the problems of trying to push these tires off. And that is, there is so much gunk, crap, stuff inside that it's almost going to make like a bead lock, and would have never let those come down anyway. So we're going to have to slice through those very carefully, not getting into the lip of the rim. We'll get those pieces off. Let's see if this will cut through them. Alright, so some more to go. Probably hitting on the metal cords in there. Okay, we're getting there. The object is to slowly work our way through so that we don't cut the bead of the rim. Whew, getting there. my goodness, that's stubborn. Okay, what we found to be more effective, instead of trying to cut all the way through that bead, those stainless steel cords are just so tough to get at, and they just keep tearing up every blade. But is to actually come in and underneath them and work our way around, slicing the bottom edge of that bead. And then once we have that bottom edge cut away, it allows us to come in and kind of pry away around the wheel. See, as you can see what I've done, see how I've cut that under bead out, and that allows all this to push back without much resistance. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to keep working our way around. Eventually this bead will pop itself all the way down. And we'll do the same thing on the other side there. And that'll be an effective way to get these off. Whew. All right, finally we have that bead pushed all the way down and off. That'll allow us to get the safety ring off, so we can start with that. Usually in the modern ones, there's a second one over here to grab onto, but this one doesn't have it. All right. Yay! All right, so that is what's known as a bud safety ring. And we'll be able to get that cleaned up. And now we can be able to. All right, there's the one half. Now we'll work our way around the bead on this side, cutting that bead, and push this one off. All right. Get these rims all cleaned up and see what's there. Hopefully they're still in pretty decent shape. I don't see any serious heavy rust through or anything like that. The ring looked pretty good, so yeah, get this junk off, and we should be able to get these cleaned up pretty easy. Whew. Okay, after being on the struggle bus, we were able to get that bead off, and you know, it's pretty crusty in here, but I think a lot of this is gonna clean up pretty decent with some sandblasting. You know, a lot of this is just mud and crap where these were sunk into the ground for so long. So you know, once we get these blasted, they should turn out pretty decent. So all right, we got one done. So I'm not going to bore you with doing the other one, and we'll just get that one done. So okay, success. After much sweat, cursing, beating, banging, swearing some more, we have those old tires off. Woo! What a pain. But got the rims all apart, and we'll work on sandblasting them next and seeing about cleaning them up. And then we'll stick some tires on. And once we have some tires on this thing, we'll be able to, you know, roll it around. Well, folks, that's going to wrap up this episode of Green Iron TV. We got the wheels off, and we got these old rotten tires off the wheels. So we did just do the cut them off with the saws off. And actually, with that last wheel, I actually did find, trying to undercut it like I'd been doing, it still was on there just way too good. And so we ended up sawing through the beads using the Dremel tool with the cutoff wheel, and just sliced right through those cords at the very end, which gets that out of the way, and then allowed us to get that all off that wheel without marring up any of the surfaces too terribly bad. So next step up, we'll sandblast these wheels, get them all cleaned up, and you know, get some prime, get some paint, and put a couple wheels and tires back on. I have a used NDT, and I believe my friend Cal has an extra NDT that he's willing to donate to this project. I got some flaps and tubes around here somewhere, so we'll put all that together, get these wheels cleaned up, and get them back on this thing so that we have this thing basically semi-mobile, so that we can move it around pretty easy. So thanks a lot for watching. As always, please give us a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you check out the link down below for all the Green Iron TV merchandise in the merch store. So check out that link, go through, there's all kinds of cool stuff. Hats, t-shirts like this 715 t-shirt, sweatshirts, stickers. You can find all kinds of nice stuff in there. So check that out and grab a piece, and we appreciate that. So like always, I want to thank you guys for watching along, and appreciate all that, and hope you guys stay tuned for some more episodes coming up as we continue to work on the 57mm anti-tank gun.